Right now, without thinking about it, your jaw can produce about 160 pounds of pressure, enough to crack a walnut, enough to break a finger. It feels strong until you meet the animals on this list. Because somewhere out there, in a river you could swim across, there is a mouth that closes with the force of a small car landing on you. And it does it in less than 1/10 of a second. This is a countdown of the 10 strongest bites ever measured on Earth, ranked in pounds per square inch. No guesses, no computer models, real numbers from real animals recorded by people who had to get uncomfortably close. And the one at number 1 is not the shark you are picturing. It is not even close. Number 10. The lion, 650 pounds per square inch, 4 times stronger than you, and the weakest bite on this entire list, which should tell you something about what is coming. But raw pressure was never the lion's weapon. A lion kills by clamping onto the throat and simply refusing to let go, holding the airway shut for minutes at a time. It does not need to crush, it only needs to wait. And unlike almost everything else on this list, a lion rarely hunts alone. 650 psi multiplied by a pride of 12. Number 9. The tiger, 1050 psi. Nearly double the lion from an animal that hunts completely alone. A tiger has no backup. Every meal has to be taken by one animal in one attempt, usually against prey that outweighs it. So evolution gave it a bite that can punch through the back of a skull and sever a spinal cord in a single closure. There are recorded cases of tigers dragging animals weighing over 1,000 pounds. Whatever a tiger bites, it has to hold, because nobody is coming to help. Number 8. The spotted hyena, 1100 psi packed into a skull the size of a football. Pound for pound, this is one of the most efficient jaws in the animal kingdom, and it is built for something almost nothing else can do. A hyena eats bone, not scraps of it. Whole femurs, jawbones and skulls, splintered and swallowed and dissolved. When the lions have finished a carcass and the vultures have stripped what is left, the hyenas arrive and eat the skeleton. Nothing is wasted, because nothing is too hard to break. Number 7. The grizzly bear, 1106 psi, enough to crush a bowling ball. That is not a figure of speech, that is roughly the pressure it takes to shatter one. Now, put that force behind a skull attached to 800 pounds of muscle that can outrun a horse over open ground. What makes the grizzly frightening is not the number. It is that the number belongs to an animal that also has 4-inch claws, can climb, can swim, and will absolutely come and find out what you are if it is hungry enough. Number 6. The polar bear, 1200 psi, and the only animal on this list that is considered a genuine, deliberate predator of human beings. Everything else here bites in defense, or by mistake, or because you got too close. The polar bear hunts. Its jaws are longer than a grizzly's and built for gripping seals through a foot of ice and pulling them out whole. In an environment with almost nothing to eat, everything that moves is food, including you. Number 5. The gorilla, 1300 psi, from an animal that has never eaten meat in its life. This is where the list stops making the obvious kind of sense. A silverback is very nearly a vegetarian. That bite exists to grind through bamboo, bark and tough fibrous stems for 9 hours a day. But evolution does not build a weapon and then label it. Those same jaws, carrying 2-inch canines, are also how a silverback settles a challenge from another male. 1300 psi, aimed at something that is not a plant, is a very different number. Number 4. The jaguar, 1,500 psi and the strongest bite of any cat on Earth from a cat that is a third the size of a lion, pound for pound. Nothing with fur bites harder, and the jaguar uses it in a way no other big cat does. Lions and tigers go for the throat. The jaguar walks up behind its prey and bites straight through the skull, between the ears, directly into the brain. It is also the only cat that routinely hunts caimans, armoured 400-pound crocodilians killed by cracking the back of the head like a nutshell. Number 3. The hippopotamus, 1,800 psi from an animal that eats grass. The hippo's mouth opens to almost 180 degrees, a gape wide enough to fit a fully grown human being, and it is lined with canines that never stop growing, reaching up to 20 inches long. A human thigh bone snaps somewhere around 1,700 pounds of force. The hippo clears that with room to spare. It does not hunt anyone, it does not need to, it simply does not tolerate anything sharing its stretch of river, and it is the most dangerous large land animal in Africa because of it. Number 2. The American alligator, 2,980 psi measured directly in the field by scientists who spent years convincing alligators to bite down on a force meter. That is roughly double the jaguar and 18 times your own jaw. But the strangest part runs the other direction. The muscles that close an alligator's mouth are enormous. The muscles that open it are pathetically weak. A grown adult can hold an alligator's jaws shut with their bare hands. Getting them open again is the part nobody manages. Number 1. The saltwater crocodile, 3,700 pounds per square inch. The strongest bite force ever measured on a living animal, 23 times stronger than yours. Strong enough to bite through the shell of a sea turtle, the skull of a water buffalo, or the hull of a small boat. And it closes in about 50 milliseconds, faster than you can blink. A saltwater crocodile can reach 20 feet and 2,000 pounds. It can swim hundreds of miles of open ocean. And it has existed in essentially this exact form for over 90 million years. Nothing has ever needed to improve it. So what about the shark you were picturing at the start? The great white's 4,000 psi is an estimate from a computer model. Nobody has ever measured it. In the only real-world tests, sharks came in far lower. Tyrannosaurus rex, on the other hand, has been modelled at around 8,000. It would have made this entire list look gentle. Fortunately for all of us, it is no longer taking applications. 10 jaws, 3,700 pounds per square inch at the very top. And the thing worth remembering is that not one of these animals evolved that bite for us. Every number on this list is the answer to a problem that has nothing to do with human beings: bone, shell, armor, ice. We simply happen to be soft enough that it does not matter. If you want to know which of these actually kills the most people every year, the answer will genuinely surprise you. And that countdown is on the channel right now.